unspoken rule that the baseline of how we should feel is happy. We should always feel happy. And if there is anything that comes across our paths that kind of disturbs that unhappiness, we are to do anything and everything to get rid of that feeling immediately so we can get back to happy. Right? Kind of what we all unconsciously live by. Whether we take a pill, a drink, a bite of a brownie, that's usually me, or whether we throw ourselves into our work, our workout, our children, so many of us do everything possible to numb ourselves, to distract ourselves, to busy ourselves and distance ourselves from anything difficult, most certainly anything negative. Now, even in the church, we tend to have this equation. Positive emotions equal good. Blessing, all of those wonderful things, right? Negative emotions equal bad. We must be under spiritual attack. There's a spirit to be cast out somewhere, prayed over, or laid down at the altar. Right? Establishing a new relationship with our emotions allows us to use our emotions as God intended for us to use our emotions, to work for us instead of against us on our journeys. And the greatest thing is, it was God's design all along. He created our emotions, and not just the positive ones. If you read in Scripture, Jesus experienced all of our emotions, and he did so without sin. We know he experienced anger. We know he experienced sadness. We know he experienced the most heart-wrenching anguish, despair that's beyond anything that we could ever imagine. And how encouraging for us to know that we can use those difficult, negative emotions and not be in sin either. Hebrews 4:15 says, "For we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with our weaknesses, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet he was without sin." Ladies, I want us to get a new picture of our emotions. I want us to get a new vision of what a healthy relationship with our emotions can be and should be. So listen here. Perhaps emotions, instead of being good or bad or right or wrong or black or yellow or whatever it is, perhaps emotions were created to be God's flashing lights on our journey, to get our attention, to give us insight and wisdom for the road ahead. Wow. Perhaps we could learn to face our emotions. Maybe we could learn to lean into them instead of running from them. So I ask you, how have you historically dealt with your emotions? Have you been a runner? A fighter? Do you hide from your emotions? Do you scream your emotions? Do you get lost in your emotions? I got completely overwhelmed for most of my life. I believe we can experience abundance in our emotions if we learn to use them wisely, if we learn to lean into them, to understand them so that we can make wise, healthy decisions based on them.